PPS first graders. We're so excited to be teaching you on our official YouTube channel. So let's get going. We're going to have our first reading lesson of this time. And this one, I want to see if you can guess what sound we're going to teach today. So if you can listen to these words, I'm going to read some words to you. I want to see if you can tell me if you know what they have in common. So the words are skate, blaze, grape, break, snake, and frame. Did you hear something in common with all of those words? If you said the sound A, you're right. Today we're going to talk about the long vowel sound A and how it gets that way. We've learned several different ways since we've been in school, but we're going to go back to the beginning where we talked about a magic letter that you put at the end. Some people call it Mama E, some people call it Magic E, some people might even call it Super E, but they all do the exact same job, and that job is turning a short vowel into one that stands up straight and says its name. So let's look at this word. We have at, mat. That vowel right there says the at sound. We know that, right? This is a vowel and these are a consonant. And when a vowel is squished between two consonants, we know it says the short sound. When I add this magic E to the end of the word, this magic E tells the A to stand up straight, say your name. And so now our word becomes eight, mate. Same thing with this one. There's a vowel squished between two consonants, so it's going to say the short sound, ah. Now let's sound this one out. G, ap, gap. We're going to add an E to the end of that word. Remember that E is going to tell the A to stand up straight. Say your name. So now the word is going to be ape, gape. So you see how that magic E has a big job because it's actually telling the vowel what to say. So let's get our little blendy board over here. Does this look familiar to some of y'all? And we're going to go through the vowel sounds. Sometimes you're going to say the a when it's squished between two consonants. But if I add a magic E at the end, remember that magic E is going to tell the vowel to, do you remember? Stand up straight, say your name. So it's going to do that. So let's go through some of these words that we have on our board. We have, when I point to it, you say the sound. At, rat. Okay, let's go here and add our magic E. Now we have eight, rate. Because remember that magic E told the A to stand up straight, say your name. Let's try another one. Okay, now we have cack. Is that a word? Oh, that's a nonsense word. Let's do this. Here comes our magic E. Ache, cake. Okay. Let's do this one. Oops, we already did that one up there, didn't we? Let me see if I can switch these ones around here. Let's do this one. Am, gam. Add that magic E to the end. Now we have aim, game. Okay. So I don't think it's, let's see this one. App. Fap. Is that a word? No. We'll see if we can make a word. That E's telling the A to stand up straight. Say your name. So now we have app. Oops, I messed up, didn't I? Ape. Fape. Is that a word? That's not a word either. But you still made the E. The E has to make the A to stand up straight and say its name. I just made a little bit of a goof there, didn't I? I hope you got it right. Okay, we're going to scoosh this on over, and we're going to look at these pictures I have here. These pictures are words that have the long A sound in them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to sound out the words and write them and see how we can do this even in our writing. Because at the end of the lesson, we're actually going to write a sentence dictation and so that you can hear it and write it at the same time. So let's look at this picture. Do you know what that picture is? Some of you might have said birthday cake because it has candles in there, but today we're just going to say cake. So let's sound out the word cake. K. What sound do you hear in K? What letter makes that sound? You should have said C. Some of you might have said K, but it's actually a C. S. So we have K, A. You remember what? That's easy peasy, isn't it? And the last sound is K. K, ache. Did I spell it right? What did I miss? I forgot that magic E that makes the A stand up straight and say its name. So now what word do we have? Cake. Let's look at this one. This little arrow is pointing to that around the picture. Do you know what word that is? Frame. Frame is a different kind of word because it has a blend at the beginning of it. Fr. What sound? We know the sound is fr. What two letters make up the fr sound? Fr. Then we have a. And then I have to remember, add that magic E. So now my word is frame. That's right. Okay? Last one we're going to do is cave. Like a bear goes in the cave. So let's do that one again. K, k. C, A. And then, of course, when we hear that A sound, we need to put the magic E, because that magic E tells the A to say its name. So let's listen to the sounds we have now. Cave. And the word is cave. Very good. All right. Now I'm going to put a picture, and you'll be able to read along with me the poem that I'm going to read. It's going to pop up on your screen, and listen to the word. And what I want you to do is we're going to read it. I'm going to read it to you, and you can read along with me. And then if you would like to, you could write down the words, looking at the words, and write down all the words that have a magic a magic E in them and make the A say its name. So here's the poem. The poem is titled Birthday Cake. Just like this birthday cake we have here. Jake turned 6 and wanted a cake. He asked his mom to teach him to bake. He grabbed the ingredients and started to make a big and yummy chocolate birthday cake. Sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, now I'm going to read it one line, and then you're going to read that same line back to me. Here we go. Jake turned 6 and wanted a cake. He asked his mom to teach him to bake. He grabbed the ingredients and started to make a big and yummy chocolate birthday cake. Very good. Okay, so now let's look at this poem. Can you see a word that has a long A in it? Let's take a minute to write them down. You should have written down the word cake, Jake, bake, make. I think that's it. Very good, guys. Okay, we wanted to add on some extensions that you can do with this activity. So in case you have some extra time or want to try to learn some more, that's always great to do too. So one of the ones that I've done in my classroom is you can take long A words and either put them on note cards or post-it notes, and you're gonna arrange them in an order of a game board. So think Candyland or whatever you can do out to the side or to the top or whatever you choose to do. So once you've done the words and you've just written long A based on whatever skill we're talking about, you're going to take a die. If you don't have a die at home, you can have maybe the partner just shout out a number 1 through 5 and have them do that. If you have 2 dice and you have enough game pieces, you can actually do 2 skills in one where they're practicing adding the dice together. So this time we're just going to roll the die and I get the number 2. So I'm going to count down 2, 1, 2, and then I will be saying the word. Now here's the thing, if I take too long to say the word, like maybe over 3 seconds, or if I say the word incorrectly, I'll lose a turn. But if I say the word correctly, wake, then this piece becomes mine and it's the next person's turn. Now to make this a little bit more difficult, you can go to the next step would be phrases. Now remember, a phrase is not a complete sentence. So I would maybe add in some phrases with the skill. And in this instance, we're talking about the long A. So I would once again roll the dice. If I say the phrase correctly, then that piece becomes mine, or we skip the turn. Now if your child keeps on doing and is doing a wonderful job, you can choose to then add sentences if you want to. Now the thing about the sentence, the cool thing about the sentences is you can add different punctuation, which helps with fluency reading. And if you remember, fluency reading is how you can read a sentence with expression and how it flows, just like how you talk. And if you notice, you can use sentences with periods or question marks where your voice would go up, or exclamation points where you should show excitement in your reading. The main thing is you don't want to sound like a robot when you're reading the sentence. So once again, I would roll my dice, count down the sentences, and read the sentence. And if I read it correctly, of course the point is mine. You can also go and think of sentence dictation where your child will use their notebooks that we provided, and you would say the sentence like, can you save the lame dog? And then your child would in turn repeat the sentence back to you and then write the sentence so that you can see if they're putting their punctuation in the right spot, capitalization, and then of course spelling the words correctly. Remember, no reversals, because we don't want to get into that habit of having letter reversals. So those are just some extensions that you can do at home. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher. We're here to help you, and we look forward to the next video where we can learn more together. Have a great day.